Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I live in Durham, North Carolina. I am out in my workshop that I call Paper Town. Let's look at some of the things I've done in the most recent journal made from a fun pack. I'm very happy to be checking in with everybody. Most of you know what's going on in my personal life. My daughter, I've been spending a lot of time with her because she broke her leg. It was a pretty bad break that required surgery and a lot of hardware. She has a 2-year-old, so I am trying my best to help her be able to do everything and not feel overwhelmed. So I'm not in the workshop as much as I normally am. I'm going to just put some more ink in this ink pad. And look what I bought this week. I don't see the Z. I do think I have the Z somewhere. I hope I have the Z somewhere. If not, it doesn't have a Z, but everything else is here. And I bought this at the scrap exchange this week. It's been hanging around the store for a while and nobody bought it. But I tried the letters and oh my goodness, I absolutely love the way this thing looks. The way it stamps. Let's put an M in here. T-I-M-E-F. Whoa, that's okay. F-L-I-E-S. Time flies. So true. Very true. I'm wondering if I should try to... Oh, I can't believe I did that. And I can't believe it's raining. I hear drops outside. It was supposed to be cloudy today, but not rainy. I do want to show you all a few things. One of you asked what I was going to do with the little wooden charms that come from the Dollar Tree. And I especially love the mushrooms that come in these little boxes. What I did was take some of the mushrooms and some acrylic paint, and I painted the tops blue and then the bottom is white. And I just tied it onto this hemp cord with a large key. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then I put a safety pin through the binding underneath the little brad and the washer. I didn't get it completely centered, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. On the front, I took some velvet ribbon and gathered it a little bit, and then added some of the Dollar Tree. It's like a sparkly ribbon that you can get. It's got the little faux diamonds or whatever. And I make my stitch just right up the center with the sewing machine, and then I glue it into place. Some of the other things that I've done, I love to continue decorating and adding layers day by day. Oh, there's the Z. Look at that. Yay. There we go. So I may, journal on a page on a certain day and then come back later and add more stenciling or stamping. One thing I did do is print out one of my favorite Renoir paintings, and this is a portrait of Jean Samory. I'm probably not saying that right. I'm sure it would sound more French if someone said it in France back in the day. I put this over here with some paper tape. You can buy this kind of tape on Amazon or in a packaging store. I found this at the scrap exchange years ago. I've been using this for years. It was a very large roll. It's very adhesive. But this covers up a private entry. And I just love this. I like to keep track of things that I find that I really like. This is a thank you card from my Etsy shop. Well, it's cut out of the thank you card that I printed out, and then I realized that the ink cartridge was empty. So I cut this oval out and I put ink is running low, just like life sometimes. I have been feeling pretty run down, honestly, just from being busy every single day since May 31st. I've really not had much time off, and I don't mind, but you do find that you get so tired, not just your body, but mentally. Sometimes you need to be able to just sit down and do nothing, and that's sort of the way I was feeling here. You've seen this, I believe, a little sort of a paper doll with broken jewelry, wings, and then just a mass of thread for her hair. This also covers up a private entry. I love to be able to use tape to tape something over the top of something that I don't necessarily want to show on my channel. So it just adds more layers and gives me private places to be able to journal. I did write or stamp the word journal here. You can see that I've got this. That's another set of letter stamps that I really like. One of the other things that I did with the little wooden mushrooms, I took one and glued it to the end of a wine cork. And it doesn't stamp the best just with ink. See, it mostly leaves the outline because it's a little bit concave. But I did find that if I really put, a good amount of ink on it and then wet the page, which I don't know if I want to put another one on that page. Maybe we can put a little one up here. If you wet the page a little bit, but not too wet because you don't want it to run. And then use your finger underneath to press the paper to the stamp. You do get a really cute little outline. And you can see that's got two different colors of ink on it. And it is going to run some. Sometimes what I'll do is hit it with my hair dryer immediately so it doesn't spread out everywhere. This is also cool too though. We can come back later and use a pen to outline what we want the actual shape of the mushroom to be, and the rest will just be like bonus ink. Now these are really fun. This is something else that I found this week, and it's just a bunch of plastic letters. I'm gonna have some bags of these in the shop. They're all sorts of, you have the round ones. These look like the little bread ties, and then there were some green ones. Look at that number. It's just so kind of urban, grungy. So I just glued this here. I might come back with alcohol ink or something and add some grunge to that. Actually, let's dry this a tiny bit. And now that that's dry, I'll show you what I was talking about with, just coming back. Outline it with a pen, the shape, put the little things back in, and then you could actually kind of do like that. It's cute. And then just write the word mushroom. Anyway, there are all sorts of things you can do to decorate your journals. This was just a sort of a vellum type envelope that I used as a page. And I had some receipts tucked in there, but they weren't pretty enough. So I stuck the receipts in here and then put the whole envelope in this pocket, which is open at the bottom. I thought about taping it up, but instead of doing that, I just added a paper clip. Now these are adorable. I came across some little applique type patches. I think applique is the right word. I'm not sure. Anyway, I glued 3 of those onto this map. They look like little mayflies. And I found a zipper that was pretty much, well, it was really old. It might have still worked, but I just pulled it apart. And I love this writing that was on the back. Iron like nylon, avoid hot iron. So I glued it down the edge of this page just like piping. And then you can see the zipper hanging over right here. Another beautiful thing that I bought this week is this stamp. Isn't she gorgeous? It says flowers here, plant a seed and it will grow. There's the word butterfly. Paperartsy.co.uk. I'm not sure how old this stamp is. I do think it's old. It'll come off of that card, but I don't really want it to. I like being able to use that and keep it on that. This one is pretty faint, but I can show you a stamp that came out a lot better. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. This is a book. I tea stained the entire book and it's still wet and some of the pages fell out. I actually had taken part of the pages out beforehand to take some of the bulk down, but I was a little bit too rough with it when it was wet. I added that paper tape. And once it completely dries, I'm going to put some glue in here, glue that binding back down. I've had it open so much that the spine is really acting up. I don't like the way that it's folded, but I'm going to leave it alone for now. This is some paint that I had, I don't know, I ended up with this swirl. Honestly, the days run together. This is a pretty silver bag that I found. I glued this calendar page in so that I could write some appointments down, and then I found this pretty bag and I glued that to these two pages to put more little like to-do notes and things in. I taped this side so that it's not gonna pull too much. What else? There's another new stamp that I have. I really need to work on my stamping skills. I believe that says Cleopatra. Anyway, I like that one a lot also. And then I came across several of these photographs at the scrap exchange. I think someone did some original art and then had pictures made, but this reminds me so much of my kitchen sink at my old house. It looked out at some trees in the side yard, and then we had, well, I installed it. It was like just a metal piece that all of my pots and pans would hang from right over the sink. And I think Jason and I are going to try to do something like that. I think that's pretty much where I am right now. I have been writing some, like mostly with the way things have been lately, there's quite a bit on these pieces of paper folded up in here. I'm working on some new packs that are going to be so much fun. I'm so excited to make the next journal. I did buy a few rusty washers yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And also, let me show you some of these beautiful little cutouts. I was at work and opened an old magazine, like early 1900s. It was Mother's Magazine or Magazine for Mothers or Mother's Journal, something like that. And someone back at that time frame had fussy cut hundreds of these beautiful figures out, and they're perfect. I mean, they couldn't be cut any better if they were done by a machine. And when you flip them over, you can see that they are indeed magazine pages. Now, I know I've mentioned before that if you work at the scrap exchange, you can't purchase anything until it's been on the floor for 24 hours. So I had to wait. I couldn't buy any of these as soon as I put them out. And we did sell quite a few. A lot of people seemed interested in these. So I had to wait 24 hours, and I finally, when the time frame had gone by, I did buy a few. But there are still plenty more. I didn't want to, completely clear it out. I'm probably going to use these for some digital projects that I have planned. I doubt I will glue any directly into my books. Maybe I can make some digital things to share on my website so that you can print them out. Anyway, that's where I am for now. I'm going to go. I made pulled pork barbecue last night and coleslaw, and it was so good. Oh, and sweet potato fries in the deep fryer. And we're going to have leftovers tonight. I'm going to do fresh fries, but everything else is still really good. So I'm going to head inside and have dinner with my sweetheart. I can't believe it's raining this hard. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'll just have to make a dash for the door. I hope everybody's doing well. I will be back really soon. Bye for now.